Morning, everyone. My name is Glenn Poplowski. I head up the DIT Solutions Delivery Division. I'm going to cover the major project investments that are currently underway as well as known future ones. Some of them you already may be familiar with. As we go through the projects, you may hear reference to project lifecycle phases. The phases from the beginning of a project to the end are as follows: business concept, initiation, planning and design, execute and build, implementation, and closeout. Noted are the programs and projects we will cover today. The two major DHS programs include the Medicaid Enterprise System and NCFAST. We'll also be covering DPI's School Information System Replacement, DOT's State Automated Driver's License System Modernization, OSHR's HR Digital Transformation, State Board of Elections State Election Information System Replacement, DIT's Identity and Access Management Replacement, DIT's NextGen 911, and two efforts that Linda Combs, Jim Dolan, and Jim Parker will be covering: OSC's Financial Backbone Replacement and Community Colleges ERP. For the Medicaid Enterprise System Program, we have two focal areas. One is to enable managed care, and the other is to replace MOAS NC tracks with a more modular platform and that meets federal CMS MIDA certification. Legislation from 2017 and 2018 were precursors to the Medicaid Enterprise System Program. In March 2018, Medicaid Transformation Technology and Managed Care Scope was added to the MES efforts. Key drivers for the program include support contract expirations and funding impact without outcomes-based MIDA certification. If the system does not gain certification, the operations and maintenance funds split between federal and state go from 75-25 to 50-50, which can be a substantial amount of funds annually. Currently, there are 7 active projects and 7 in business concept. The Encounter Processing System project includes a solution which captures services performed by Medicaid providers. This will go live July 2021. The project is in execute and build. Status for the project is green. The electronic visit and verification system tracks and enables reporting of in-home personal care services. The project is in execute and build, and the status for the project is yellow given the tight timeline. January 2021 is target time set by CMS for compliance, preparing for system integration testing and user acceptance testing. The Pharmacy Benefit Management project is in planning design. The key goal is to secure a single pharmacy benefit management solution that includes formulary management, utilization management, custom clinical programs as required, and online point-of-sale pharmacy claims processing system. For the System Integration Project, this project is to provide a system integration platform and services for all MES modules to include consulting services, ongoing support, and training. Vendor has been selected. Contract award is under review at DIT. Once approved at DIT, CMS will need to review and approve. The project is in planning design. Status for the project is green. Decision support system and data warehouse replacement projects are in initiation. Intents of the projects are to provide a more flexible system platform to improve reporting and data analytics. Requirements gathering RFP development are underway. Projects have green status. For the provider management project, this module is to support all provider data management functions, including data intake, enrollment, data sharing, and more. Requirements gathering is in progress. Project is in initiation. Status of the project is green. Procurement planning project. This project is to develop a strategy and plans to comply with both state and federal requirements and policies for the primary IT systems. It is the DHS objective to continue to deliver Medicaid services, transition to managed care, enhance reporting analytics capability, and ensure that the systems comply with MIDA and the CMS standards and conditions. Project is in planning and design. Status of the project is green. Other projects in business concept include core operations, care management module, finance solution, member management, fee for service claims and adjudication, reference data management, and third-party liability. Key risks and challenges for these efforts include the ability of the business to keep up required engagement on sourcing and implementation efforts, organizational change management, CMS non-compliance, ability to manage multiple vendors compared to one now, risk of staff vendors working remotely due to COVID-19. Mitigation efforts for these risks and challenges are in place. Direct involvement with business on appropriate scheduling, giving resources. An OCM Medicaid group in DHB has been established. There are frequent recurring meetings in place to make sure all are aware of status and what issues and risks need to be addressed. Also, DHHS has established a vendor management unit to assist. NCFAS has 5 projects in their portfolio, one of which is underway, Medicaid transformation effort. Regarding the Child Welfare Services project, due to concerns raised by county DSS offices, the project was put on hold in FY18 while redesign efforts were undertaken for intake and assessment functionality. In FY19, the NCGA postponed P4 rollout and called for a PED study. In FY20, PED completed their study, as well as Gartner and the core Child Welfare Services team made up of state and county representatives completed their assessment and development of a high-level roadmap. The first action item from these assessments is the establishment of a new Child Welfare Governance Subcommittee. This will be a group of state and county leaders who will set high-level strategy and guidance for the enhancements and augmentation of child welfare functionality in NCFAS, as well as planning for the remaining county rollouts. Once the governance team is established, they will be able to plan and prioritize the specific enhancements, augmentation, and county rollout schedule going forward. Key efforts along with governance establishment to address the challenges noted, tightly coupled platform, inability to scale up and down, user experience, high availability, cultural transformation, and quality assurance, are the sourcing of a new system integrator or integrators and support, using human-centered design principles to improve the user experience, improving testing capabilities, especially automated and regression testing, along with enabling quality, agile DevOps methodologies. A move to the cloud to enable high availability, including dynamic scaling. NCFAS has a draft SOW to be posted to source vendors to assist with the aforementioned projects, including support for the platform. Note the funding is varied between federal and state. The Gartner assessment did look at alternatives including replacement, and the core team selected augment and enhance option since replacement was too costly. We still have a concern about the current platform, as does CMS. One thing to note, CMS has the approved approach with the system integrator or integrators in these restarted efforts, the Child Welfare Services, document management, infrastructure modernization, and adult and aging. This slide depicts the NCFAS projects and active Medicaid projects. With NCFAS and Medicaid, DIT has an experienced enterprise solution architect as part of the Medicaid team and intends to have him as part of the NCFAS IT program efforts. DIT also has a dedicated project management advisor for these programs as well. This approach has proved to work really well with core financials and has shown success thus far with Medicaid. As with Medicaid, for NCFAS, the intent is to have these resources attend key meetings, including meetings with direct interaction with key CMS points of contact, including our IV&V contractor. Similar to core financials, we have requested participation in the steering committees for these efforts, which is underway. OSHR is establishing a strategy to identify, procure, and implement an integrated talent management, human capital management, and core HR resource solution. Given the change in landscape over the last decade and results from the RFI earlier this year, OSHR believes this can be accomplished via a single solution or a minimum number of solutions compared to today. The solution includes those capabilities and functions under the purview of the Office of State Human Resources, as noted on the slide. Similar to core financial effort, they have hired consultants to assist in developing the strategy and subsequent RFP. Enabling improved capabilities to attract and retain employees is a key goal of this effort. Other goals include improving the user experience from an employee and hiring point of view, digitizing, standardizing processes across agencies, reducing administrative burden on the HR staff, enabling more analytical capability to drive decision-making, and more. Prior to bringing on the consultants, an RFI was posted earlier this calendar year to gain insight into the available solutions on the market. OSHR and OC were included in the demos from the key RFI correspondence. Key risks and challenges include, as with other enterprise efforts, change management, timing of effort given other enterprise efforts, resource availability, and more. As with core financials and Medicaid, the intent is to have a group focused on organizational change management to ensure success and have an established cross-agency governance. This slide shows the HR technology landscape and recurring costs associated with the solutions. It includes multiple solutions like People Admin for position management, NeoGov for posting, interviewing, and selection of open positions, Cornerstone for learning management and performance setting evaluation, SAP for HR payroll, GDAC for data analytics, reporting, and more. The challenge with all of these solutions is keeping them integrated to have high quality data. OSHR is working with OSC to ensure timing of this effort does not conflict with core financial efforts or other enterprise efforts and ensure the organizational change management effort will be optimal. Having a great user experience for new hires as well as our HR staff is critical first impressions, retaining those employees, and enabling our HR staff to better service our employees. Research shows there is an undeniable correlation between employee engagement, experience, and business results. For the GPI School Information System project, the scope of this effort is to replace the current school information system based upon the Power School solution, which includes capabilities such as student enrollment and registration, classroom management, curriculum management, parent portal, administration management, data management and analytics, and reporting and more. Key goals regarding this modernization effort include improved student tracking, flexibility and configuration, and better data and information management. Key risks and challenges include an aggressive evaluation and subsequent implementation timeline driven by the current contract end date of March 2022. Mitigation includes optimizing the plan and obtaining approval and commitment from all stakeholders to the plan, identify and communicate tasks on critical path, strong issue and risk management, and ensure delays are escalated and handled according to the escalation process established at the agency and project levels. As with all of these projects, overall in the portfolio, COVID is an issue. Mitigation includes a clear strategy for transparent bidirectional communication with all stakeholders, which will be critical in communicating expectations and building trust among the stakeholders. Budget is a risk since full funding has not been secured. Also, a risk includes new administration coming into DPI. Briefing for the new superintendent and her staff will be undertaken. State Election Information System Replacement Project, or what we refer to as the SEIMS Modernization Project, will automate manual business processes for 6 major components that include voter registration, voting, election event management, voting site management, board administration, and system functions. It will also consolidate the 13 separate applications into one core application platform, which will result in leaner elections administration. State Board of Elections initially began developing an RFP, but after considering the requirements, ultimately decided in the summer-fall of 2018 to pursue a platform-as-a-service solution. Efforts with that solution would involve too many customizations, which resulted in abandoning this solution approach in winter of 2019 and moving forward with an in-house developed solution. A new CIO was put in place March 2019, and a new SBOE director came on board June 1st, 2019. A new PM was assigned in summer of 2019, and replanning commenced along with a new organizational structure. It is federally funded using the Help America Vote Act, or what is termed HAVA funds. The director and CIO have noted that they believe they will be able to finish the project under budget. Current project has 13 releases, with the first projected for the late summer of 2021 and final in the fall of 2024. Key risks and challenges have been the same. Resource availability given primary, special, and general elections. COVID is an issue with similar mitigation strategies of strong bi-directional support and communication with key stakeholders, frequent communications, and a strong governance. For the DMV statewide automated driver's license system refactoring effort or replacement effort, NCDOT DMV is currently using legacy mainframe applications to manage its data and business processes for driver and motor vehicle services. Their existing legacy environment has become unsustainable and costly. Their current workflow capabilities and user experiences are run-of-the-mill and call for a transformation by optimizing the application interfaces and business and data flows. NCDOT DMV selected the services of Gartner to assess the alignment and interoperability of the 5 core business processes for driver services, vehicle services, international registration plan, motor carrier services, emissions and liability insurance tracking and enforcement. In March 2019, Gartner developed an IT modernization strategy and implementation roadmap that identified a series of strategic initiatives that would modernize the NCDOT DMV technology ecosystem. Currently, NCDOT DMV legacy systems are tightly integrated with complex business and data flows and numerous interfaces. Due to these dependencies, the transitioning of architecture to a more modernized infrastructure and platform must be iterative, as changes in one system may have severe impacts in another. NCDOT DMV has decided to begin the modernization effort by refactoring the SADLS application. The project is in planning and design. Internally, DOT DMV has documented SADLS application, finalized user stories, and preparing integrations for a POC. A statement of work was posted against our 920S contract to have a vendor provide code conversion services while maintaining external behavior. POC approach will be leveraged with the vendor. Subsequent phases will be undertaken to improve functionality and change the user interface. The NextGen 911 project is a multi-year effort whose main purpose is the migration of emergency 911 routing services from legacy telephony architecture to an IP-based solution, or what is referred to as EZNet. Current 911 system is analog, and EZNet designed for survivability and diversity will increase the availability of 911 in North Carolina. A NOC help desk will reduce downtime of the EZNet and the customer premises equipment, terminating components by encouraging quicker trouble resolutions. GIS call routing based upon the National Emergency Number Association standard will replace the legacy call routing processes. CAD, CAD, and radio interoperability will allow PSAPs to transfer calls with the data between each other, allowing PSAPs to back each other up, thereby reducing costs and increasing efficiency. Hosted call processing solutions will lower the cost of services used by sharing a common resource, which would be particularly helpful to smaller PSAPs. PSAPs are public safety answering points. In 2017, AT&T was selected to be the core network and CPE provider. In 2019, Geocom was selected as the GIS services provider. From 2019 to 2022, the project is focused on implementation and cutover of PSAPs to the new network. There are 115 PSAPs with some backups. The team is also undertaking cybersecurity assessments for the PSAPs and integrating GIS services. As noted on the slide, the team has made significant progress for these efforts. Due to COVID, the migration schedule has been impacted. The project teams are working closely with the PSAPs, and any migration activities will be at the discretion of the PSAP in accordance with and adherence to all precautionary measures as adopted by the PSAP and our vendor partners. The Identity and Access Management Replacement Project. This effort is to deploy a modern identity and access management service that will provide every citizen in North Carolina, as well as others who may have need to interact with state government resources, an account that will enable authenticated access to on-premise and cloud-based resources. The intent is to replace the NCID service with a more modern solution that enables strong self-service, multi-factor abilities, improved management, and streamlined application integration. The solution will have 3 major components: a centralized data repository with all user identity information collected, central directory service that provides master authentication and authorization resources, and federation software that enables single sign-on functionality for users. The project team just finished up demos from the down-selected vendors. Intent is to award the first quarter of next calendar year. Budget is set at $5.4 million. The project is green. As Jim Dolan noted, the objective of the Financial Backbone Replacement Program is to meet legislative requirement to replace the North Carolina Accounting System, NCAS, and the Cash Management Control System, CMCS, both of which present existential risk to the financial operations of the state as they age, go out of support, and as the state personnel who maintain them retire. As noted, there are 3 releases. cash management control system, followed by CAPR, and then core financials. Overall, the program is yellow due to issues incurred during Release 1 efforts. Realize the 3 sprints undertaken over the last several months include work on all 3 releases. Business resources have been moved from Release 3 to Release 1. This will result in potential schedule delays for Release 2 and 3. The focus is on cash management, delivering on time at this point. A replanning effort is in progress for Release 2 and 3 based upon historical data from sprints 1, 2, and 3. Some of the key challenges and risks include process team, business has to meet workload, post-go-live readiness, data conversion, sustainment preparation, and change management. All of these have mitigation plans that are underway. Additional staffing plan has been presented and approved to build out the OSC team to support and maintain the solution. Hiring will begin this coming calendar year. Extended support from vendor and Oracle is being pursued for post-go-live. The project has very strong governance structure and organizational change management program. Most of the users in the agencies have rated themselves ready for the change upcoming with Release 1. Each agency has a designated change manager as well. The General Assembly did pass $50 million to the project, and HB 398, Section 4.1, which was vetoed by the governor. The General Assembly was not able to override the veto, so no additional funding was provided for this biennium. The additional funding will be needed to complete this effort. As Jim Parker noted, for the North Carolina Community Colleges ERP program, this covers at a minimum student information system, core financial management, grants, human resource management, and payroll. Besides the standard human resources, payroll, and finance, the program includes apprenticeship replacement, small business center network, Title II adult education and literacy, and short-term workforce development. Aside from the human resources, payroll, finance, and student information services efforts, the remaining efforts are well underway, mostly in executing build or implementation. Short-term workforce development programs require a student-client relationship and enrollment management solution to effectively meet the current requirements of their institutions, the state workforce initiatives, and their communities. Short-term workforce development programs currently have no effective tools to efficiently and effectively serve students, businesses, state partners, or internal clients. This places the community college short-term workforce development programs at an increasingly competitive disadvantage and negatively impacts the development of a robust North Carolina workforce pipeline. The project to deliver these capabilities and solution is currently in execute and build. Small Business Center Network. The purpose of this project is to obtain a cloud-based software-as-a-service solution with communication and marketing functionality to track the Small Business Center Network's economic impact and performance and manage relationships with small business owners, prospective entrepreneurs, community partners, and stakeholders to meet the ongoing business needs of the Small Business Center Network. The project is ahead of schedule and will enter closeout soon. Title II Adult Education and Literacy Program requires a single solution that provides data management and reporting processes required to meet federal statutes. The project to implement this solution is in planning and design. For the Apprenticeship NC effort, the purpose of this project is to provide Apprenticeship NC with software-as-a-service solution that supports the communication, marketing, and relationship management functionality required to effectively engage federal, state, and local industry sponsors from across the North Carolina Community College system. The project is in implementation currently. The aforementioned projects are all green. The ERP finance, HR payroll, and student information services efforts are in business concept. Across the board, with all these major programs and projects, strong governance is critical. Strong, transparent issue and risk management processes as well. Bidirectional communications with key stakeholders, strong involvement at all levels from the business, and strong organizational change management programs. Each of these efforts are undertaking these aspects within their project plans. Also, there is a real focus now with these enterprise efforts on improving the user experience.